Hi everybody, this is Pam with Jesusjunkjournals, and we are ready for our art journal project for this week. And the scripture is Colossians 1:13. For he rescued us from the domain of darkness and transferred us to the kingdom of his beloved Son. And so the prompts for this week are black, map, and flowers. So black, map, and flowers. And so I'm going to regroup like I always do and come back and we'll see what we have. I have a book I got from we've got a used bookstore close by that you can buy old books really cheap. And I had bought one of maps of the Holy Land from long ago. And so I just tore a map out of it. So I'm going to glue this in the middle of these two pages. And actually there's one on each side. I think I'll do this one. I'm going to do it upside down so it's not as obvious that it's like this shows like the Ammonites and Moab and all these things before Israel took over. And so I don't want that to be too obvious. I'm going to paint over this so it may not even show by the time I get done. But I'm going to do it upside down just to make sure it's not, doesn't call too much attention to itself. And I'm going to use matte gel, I think, to put it on with. Trying to figure out how to reconcile flowers into this. You're probably thinking, well, you're the one that did this. You're the one that came up with these prompts, so why do you struggle? But I honestly don't put a whole lot of thought into matching up the scripture just because I want it to feel random and I want to be challenged by it myself. So for the most part, I mean, there are a few times when obviously I've gotten prompts that really speak to the scripture that we're using, but I don't know. It's kind of fun to just, like I wrote these prompts a long time ago and now I don't even remember necessarily what I was thinking when I did it. Sometimes I wonder, like, what were you thinking? You wonder why I seem so puzzled sometimes. That's why, because I don't know. I'm not sure. Okay. Get out my little credit card here. Or fake credit card. Craft card. Whatever you want to call it. This is starting to be kind of a problem with this middle section. Taking up so much fold over room here, but that's part of it. I'm learning a lot through this project. I hope you guys are too. Some of it's a good thing and some of it's not. With things like, well, that's not working and don't do that again. But for the most part, it's been fun. I hope you guys are having a good time doing it. And I hope more of you will join us as we go along. We're really only halfway through the year. So you could go back and redo the ones we did, or you could just jump in now and try it, or pick and choose which ones you wanted to do. And join us and put some pictures out on Facebook. Everybody's super nice and supportive, I think. So, be a good place to try art journaling if you haven't tried it before. All right, I'm going to let that be it on that and let that dry. And then I will come back and figure out what in the world I'm going to do. Okay, I have a little bit of an idea. First thing I'm going to do, I've got this paint that looks pretty close to that blue, so I'm going to paint the outside edges of this with this blue. And start with that. I did manage to get a piece of wax paper down over here on this side. So I'm trying to keep my pages a little tidier. We'll see how long that lasts. I'm just going to leave it a little sketchy around the edges of that map. Okay, I'm going to let that dry, and then I'm going to come back, and I think I'm just going to start with black and just start scribbling and doodling and just do black patterns and whatever, and see what happens. See how that goes. And then I'm going to add flowers at the end, and I'm not sure how. I'm sure I'm going to have to let it change as I go because I don't know how that's going to look. So let that dry and I'll be back. Thought I had the camera on, but I didn't. So what I did, I found some black construction paper that I had in my scrap box, and so I glued some of that at the very bottom, and then I took some of my deli paper that I had painted patterns on to begin sort of this black kind of chaos, because it feels like maybe I want to do the domain of darkness, and then how it goes up to the kingdom of his beloved son. So I'm going to try and do that down here without making it too crazy and ugly, but kind of hard not to. This is a beginning. I'm going to let this dry, and then I'll come back and add some more to it. Okay, so this is dry. So I'm going to turn my focus, I think, to my flowers. And I'm going to try and make white flowers, which will be interesting. So I'm going to pull out some white papers, and I think I'm going to use the same techniques I've used before where you just cut out. Let's see. Let's go back and look at, where are those flowers? Yeah, like these. I'm going to try and do this and just have them be white. And hopefully they'll still be pretty. So, do I want them to be white? I think I do. I'm going to try it. I might have touches of color, but I'm going to try to have them be predominantly white. I need to get my paper out and then get watercolors out and create these backgrounds. So I'll probably fast forward through that part. So I pulled out some of my lighter colored, well, those aren't, but some of my lighter colored papers that are almost white. I'm not sure why I need them to be white, but I'm thinking that we're going from the darkness to the light, I guess is what I'm thinking. So I think that I'm just going to draw some flower shapes and then cut them out. Okay, back to this. I'm super curious to see how this turns out because I got completely different things going on. I've got this black kind of geometric abstract situation at the bottom. And then I've got these flowers that I think I'm going to put at the top, and I'm just not sure what that's going to look like, but we'll find out. And if it doesn't work out, I can always paint over it, right? Isn't that what we say? We can always paint over it. Okay, so I'm going to use some of this Dilutions crazy paint. Let's see if I can use it through these stencils and what happens. This one seemed kind of devilish and demonic. I'm going to try that first, I think. See how that... what that looks like. Yeah, that looks pretty terrifying. All right, I'm gonna try a little bit more. Okay. Okay, that feels kind of crazy, so I'm gonna stop. Like crazy, like I want it to be, because it is the darkness. Okay, and that will dry super quick, I have a feeling. And then, let me look at the scripture again. For he rescued us from the domain of darkness and transferred us to the kingdom of his beloved Son. So I think I'm going to have that be up here in this corner. So then what happens if I put flowers up here? Oh boy, you guys, I don't know about this one. I got two different things going on, and I'm not sure that they are doing what I want them to do, but let's see what happens if I do like solid flowers on some of it. Oh boy. For he rescued us from the domain of darkness and transferred us to the kingdom of his beloved Son. Okay, I feel like everything is screaming for the equal amount of attention. So I think what I'm going to do is knock this map back for one thing and just let it be. Let's see if I can paint over it and still have it show a little bit, but maybe not as much as it's showing right now. This black is screaming pretty loud though. Not sure that the flowers are gonna be up to the challenge. Okay, that kind of quiets the map down a little bit. And then I think I'm gonna take the black. Let me get my black paint out. And I'm not gonna leave it quite so chaotic. I think I'll make it more solid and get rid of some of this crazy. So it's not hollering for attention so loud. Kind of like that texture, actually. Okay, kind of quieted that down. And so now I think the flowers will do better there, but I need to get these words on here. So these may be people coming up, transferring from the kingdom of darkness into the kingdom of his beloved Son. All right. Do I want to have them coming up like this maybe? Sort of makes it look like a direction. Yeah, I think I want to do that. Okay. All right. That looks like an idea. So I'm going to go ahead and run with that. All right, well, actually, it turned out better than I thought it would. There for a minute, I was like, ooh, this is not going to be good, but I'm okay with this. For he rescued us from the domain of darkness and transferred us to the kingdom of his beloved Son. All right, it's a done deal. Okay, I hope you enjoyed watching that. Let's see, did I hit them all? Did I do all of the things we were supposed to do? I got the flowers, the black, and the map. Okay, yep, I did them all. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.